Let's begin today's Vanguard news by giving Gandhiv mains a warning that the following video will contain cards that will make them feel inadequate, as Wirbel Dragon actually gets direct support in DZBT08. Lizard Soldier Jizn is your typical D-series starter that will have players making side comments on why couldn't this card be Conro instead. Demonic Dragon Mage Jocko, when ridden over by Dragrita Razbal, lets you pay 3 energy to draw a card and give your Vanguard 5k power. On the upside, this card turns whatever you discarded for your ride this turn into an energy cycler. The downside is she's restricted to a specific ride line and the fact you're using up energy that you want to save for Wirbel Dragon. Dragrita Razbal, when ridden over by a grade 3 or higher Wirbel card, reduces the cost your Vanguard's original auto ability this turn by 1 counter blast. Not only is Wirbel Dragon now immune to early damage denial, you can also use Dragrita Falheart in the early game by using counter blast instead. Players who bought 4 copies of Dear Days 2 or spent a lot of money just to play the deck 4 months early are going to feel stupid, as Wirbel Dragon will be in this set as a triple rare. Constricting Bullet of Dust Storm Ebrinus gets all of his abilities if you have a grade 3 or higher Wirbel Vanguard. When placed on rear guard from hand, you charge 3 energy, but you cannot use the act effect of your energy generator this turn. And while on rear guard, he gets 5k power when he boosts. Then you can pay 1 Soul Blast at the end of the battle he boosted a grade 3 or higher Wirbel Vanguard to stand himself. The Vanguard restriction is redundant when the second ability already restricts him to only work with Wirbel Dragon. All Bushiroad had to do was use the same clause on his first ability. Also, this card solves the deck's energy crisis. Dragrita Bishera, when placed on rear guard, lets you pay 1 counter blast if you revealed a grade 3 Wirbel card in your right deck, or have a grade 3 or higher Wirbel Vanguard to retire an opponent's rear guard. You draw a card instead if you did not retire a card with this ability, and while on rear guard, he gets 5k power for every 3 energy you paid for your grade 3 or higher Wirbel Vanguard's act ability this turn. A Gandhiva player just slammed their fist on the table and left the room as their entire strategy got NTR by another deck. Finally, Dragrita Nilman, when placed on rear guard, lets you pay 1 counter blast to add up to 1 grade 3 or higher card from the top 7 cards of your deck. You countercharge 1 damage instead if you did not add a card with this ability, and while on rear guard, she gets 5k power if your opponent's rear guard was retired or bound this turn. Considering this is a triple rare and her ability is very generic, it's safe to assume that this will be the set's triple rare cycle card. Assuming every nation gets a similar first ability, the Brand Gate one will probably be the most expensive, as it doesn't seem to be limited to just unit cards and can add order cards. This one in particular can also add Vira in Respiridia, and giving Sephiro Gila and Shiranui a way to search their generic restanding rear guard. Nirvana isn't a real deck. And that concludes this Vanguard news without the bullshit. Special thanks to my Patreon members for continuing to support my content creation. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you found a Gandhiv main suddenly selling their deck online.